Airdrop farming has been exhausting lately. You sign up to a platform, you bridge over some funds, you click a few buttons, and then months later, still nothing has happened. But in today's video, we are going to talk about a platform that many of you may already have an account with. This platform is a decentralized exchange, but it offers airdrop opportunities for more than just traders. We are talking about GRVT, and if you was around in early 2024, you may already have picked up some points in season 1. And if you did, it's definitely worth logging back into that OG account because the points are looking pretty valuable. However, if you didn't, not to worry, the opportunities are still there. But the big question in today's video is how do we prepare ourselves for the upcoming token launch of GRVT in Q1 2026. Today, I'll be putting together a tutorial of the platform, going through all of the unique features and also, of course, covering the airdrop opportunity and how you can be farming points. So if you do enjoy this video, if it is helpful, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it. So before we take a look at the platform, let's just get a quick idea of what GRVT is all about. GRVT boasts some pretty good credentials. They have a very experienced team and have raised almost $34 million from some big names, including ZK Sync. And when it comes to customer funds, it is exactly what you would expect from a decentralized exchange, which is self-custody. And although they have got a lot of the core features right, which you would expect from a top class product, they also have some pretty interesting unique features. My personal favorite is the earn on equity feature, which we will get into in more detail later in the video. So now let's get into the tutorial of the GRVT platform. First of all, we're going to head over to their website. Now, I have left a link down below in the description. This is my personal referral link, and if you do decide to use it, you will get a 30% bonus on your GRVT points. However, if you don't want to use it, that is absolutely fine as well. I will also leave a generic link down below too. So the first thing you are going to see is the login page or the sign up page. Now, like I mentioned earlier, if you did get involved in the season 1 airdrop point scheme, then it is worth logging into that OG account. This was in the early to mid stages of 2024, and it was something that I posted about a lot on X and on YouTube. So do just have a look to see if you have that account because it may be more valuable than you expect. However, if you don't, that is absolutely fine as well. You will be able to sign up with an email address and password or continue with Google, Apple, Microsoft, the typical stuff you would really expect. Now, once you have logged in, you are going to be taken to the homepage or the trading dashboard, which looks a little something like this. It's also worth noting that GRVT is a true decentralized exchange, so you do not need to KYC to sign up to the platform. So when I look at the GRVT trading platform, it looks pretty standard, to be honest, and I actually like that because they don't really need to reinvent the wheel here. It's something that a lot of traders are going to feel comfortable with, and there's no real reason to try and be edgy or different when it comes to a trading platform and the core features of it. So the one thing that I do like, of course, is that they have a lot of good liquidity across a number of pairings, and they are pretty quick to list the most recent pairings. So for example, at the time of recording, Monad did launch yesterday, and we already have Monad listed on the platform to trade, which is great to see. Now, the leverage is in cross right now. There is more features coming, which I imagine will be isolated margin in the future, and leverage is up to 50x. But let's be real, that doesn't mean you have to use leverage at 50x. Please do be responsible when you are leverage trading. Underneath the chart and the order book, you are going to see your open positions, open orders, order history, the kind of typical stuff that you would expect. However, I did mention that you don't have to be a trader to get involved in the GRVT airdrop. airdrop, and this is a big part of it. So if we head over to the invest tab at the top of the navigation bar, there are a number of different investment opportunities that you can play around with and look at where you will be earning points for your involvement. For those who are more focused on fundamentals and more specifically DeFi products, this could be something that really appeals to you. Moving on to the portfolio page, and again, it is really what you would expect. You are going to see your account in here. You are going to have the options to deposit, withdraw, and transfer. Now, when it comes to deposits, again, if you are a crypto native, it's going to look very familiar for you. I mean, you can connect a wallet if you prefer to do that, which could be very fast and efficient. But I think the old school way and the way that I prefer personally is just to take the address, copy and paste it, and then go over to your wallet of choice, whether it be on-chain or a centralized exchange, and send the funds over. Now, the networks that are supported for GRVT deposits are currently Arb, Base, BNB, and Tron. So a pretty decent variety, and also a lot of chains here that are very cheap when it comes to fees. You're going to be able to deposit USDT or USDC to use as collateral when you are trading margin, and the withdrawal process is also what you would expect. You will be able to send funds from your funding account over to a wallet address that you have already added to your address book. Now, when you deposit, them funds are automatically going to go into your funding account, but if you want to trade them, you are going to have to transfer them. So from this point, you will be able to send from your funding account to your trading account. Now, I've actually renamed mine as main account just for the purpose of this video, but you can actually create multiple trading accounts. If you have, say, for example, a very serious account, and then you have a more degen account that you are a little bit more reckless with, then you can actually separate them rather than having the funds all in one pot. You also have other stuff going on the platform, such as the trading competitions. So if you are very serious, if you fancy your chances, it's definitely worth checking out some of these for some extra rewards. And the earn tab is probably the one that most people are interested in right now. Here is the GRVT Airdrop, which we will take a look at in a moment. But first is the earn on equity that I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, I think this is a very, very smart feature, and I'm going to explain why. So users will be able to earn 10% fixed interest and turn their trading equity into passive income. So the idea of this is if you are not in a trade, if you have just got USDT sat in your margin account, it's not locked up, it's not in a different vault, anything like that. You just have it sat in your margin account. You will be able to earn 10% APY. So why is this good in my opinion? Well, first of all, like I just mentioned, you don't have to lock it up for a period of time where you can't access them funds. You can still actively trade with them. And during market conditions like this, I think it is absolutely perfect. If you don't want to be trading actively right now because of the market conditions, you can just leave them funds in the margin account and let them just make you some passive income without having to force trades. It's also worth noting that GRVT have a pretty sweet mobile app. So if you prefer trading on the go, then you will not be left out of this airdrop campaign. And now we'll move on to the part that you've all been waiting for, the airdrop information. Now, like I mentioned, season 1 did come to an end a while ago, but season 2 is still ongoing and there are plenty of points up for grabs. Points are distributed to your account on a weekly basis every Tuesday, and these are the ways that you can earn points. First of all, as you probably expected, you can trade, hold open interest, and provide liquidity. You can also deposit capital and invest, which is part of the investment tools that we taken a look at earlier. Referring friends, which for me is a big part of this video, and you can even earn points on liquidation. Now, to take a look at a more detailed breakdown of the percentages behind these points, we can see that trading volume takes up 40% of the weekly point allocation. I mean, ultimately, this is a trading platform, so it completely makes sense. The second biggest allocation goes to referring friends at 20%, and then 15% goes to open interest, and another 15% going into TVL in account and strategies investments. So 15% go into the part that actually caters for more more than just traders. So like I said, if you are an investor, if you're looking more at fundamentals, passive income, DeFi products, this one could be for you. And then we have 5% for liquidity provision and 5% for liquidations. And really, it should go without saying that you are not aiming to get liquidated for GRVT points. The points for liquidations are more of a consolation prize. It isn't something that you should be aiming to achieve. So to wrap this one up, is it worth farming points on the GRVT platform? In my opinion, yes. It is a well-funded, regulated platform that is actually building something real. And 20% of the token supply is allocated for the community. However, when it comes to farming points, my personal strategy is very simple. I'm taking my regular day-to-day trading activity onto GRVT, so I will be farming points that way. Naturally, I will have some capital on there, so I will be earning 10% on the margin that I have in my account. And I'm also going to deposit a smaller amount of my remaining stables to just have a play around with the investment products. And besides that, of course, I am looking to refer other people to use the platform. So just a reminder that my referral link will be down below in the description. And if you do decide to use it, you will get a 30% bonus on any points that you accumulate. However, it is important to recognize that I am not going crazy on the platform. I'm not over leveraging myself. I'm just making it part of my day-to-day routine and ultimately my trading platform of choice. But I do want to hear from you guys, so let me know down below in the comments what you think of the GRVT platform and if the airdrop is going to be worthwhile. A big part of why I'm feeling optimistic is because they didn't raise a crazy amount of funds and their valuation is at around $540 million. So again, nothing too stupid compared to the multi-billion-dollar valuations that we are seeing from other projects. But if you did enjoy this one, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe down below for more airdrop content like this. In the meantime, please do trade safe, please do invest safe, please do airdrop farm safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.